All right, come with me. We're gonna go on an adventure to get some cheap computers. Cheap computers on the Facebook market group. Let's go. So I just picked up this computer for 400 bucks. I think that was a pretty good score, but I'm a block away from another score. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to buy and sell. It's gonna be fun. Let's go around the corner. Let's go around the cul-de-sac.
So if you have any issues,
oh, I'm sure it's fine. All right, thanks, man. Have a good
day. Timmy Joe reviews anything.
Reviewing computer parts on YouTube.
That's fun.
You gotta be pumped on that, right, Will? Computer parts! Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what did I buy? Yeah, we bought a computer used on a decent deal. Freaking $400 Canadian plus this. But that's $300. Oh my God, that's $300 American. Our money is worth jack squat. Anyways, doing this thing today where I've got a computer that I bought on a pretty decent deal. Thinking if you're the kind of eagle-eyed, Kijiji, Craigslist, offer-up kind of, buyer like I am, I'm always looking on those things, you could snag up a pretty good deal from time to time, and I want to see if we can churn a profit. Because I believe that the parts I got in this computer are actually fairly decent, and if I can, just do a few things, I can turn around and sell it at a profit. But we're going to have to see. Is it going to be even worth it? Well, we'll see. So what do you think you get for $300 these days? I mean, Ryzen has significantly changed the landscape where I find even in the last 6 months especially, CPUs are not worth what they once were, especially the Core i5s and Core i7s, which were treated as gold, which were treated as this pedestal, no matter what generation they were or whatever. If you saw a Core i7, it commanded a price, and that has certainly changed. So $300 USD, 400 CAD, and another 40 CAD. So we're not doing too bad here. And I've got a system to show you, and it's in a Tesseract, which is like a $30 case. But once we get her all cleaned up, I think it'll look pretty decent. We even got, look at this, we've got a camera up here. That's what the computer looks like. We see a pretty nice graphics card in there, but what do you think we've got for a CPU? Well, Core i5, 4670K. So a quad-core, overclockable chip. But is quad-core, we're going to do some benchmarks on this, because if I can sell the quad-core and maybe use this later, this is my ace in the hole. But people tend to gravitate towards these things, even though, well, here, I'll just tell you what it is. Right around the corner from this computer, one of the reasons I picked it up was I got a 4790K, or sorry, 4790 non-K for $40. These ads both popped up. This one, I've seen it on there before for much more money, and then it was brought down to a level where I was like, geez, really? And then this CPU has been on there, and it was marked free, and I scooped it up with an offer of $40. This is a 4-core, 8-thread CPU, which will be very viable in gaming, and we should be able to do some BCLK overclocking, one of the last generations where that's just a thing that should be able to be done. But there's some caveats to that. Look at this motherboard. It's a B85G41 PC Mate from MSI. So yes, that chipset can overclock, but how well? I don't know, because the last time I played with a 4790, the VRM was crazy hot doing any overclocking. This platform offers USB 3.0 and a bunch of, pretty decent things. So we have 16 gigs of RAM, and yes, it's mismatched. XPG, actually, I think it's 1866 memory, but there's only 8 gigs of it. The other half of it is AG's memory from G-Skill. So, I'm sure they'll both run at 13 or 1600 megahertz. So like, I guess we could leave this in the system, or I do have a 16 gig stick that might make it look more presentable for resale, and then I could use these two in like more budget system later. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But then we get on to the power supply. It is probably the dinkiest power supply I've ever seen, and I've never heard of ASA. One vision, one mission. It's the Alpha 500 watt power supply. I'm sure that's just enough power supply to play with this. So with the graphics card that's in it. And then last but not least, here, we'll get it out of there. Where's my screwdriver? I've got a screwdriver somewhere. Sapphire Nitro Blue Edition RX 580, and would you believe it's an 8 gig model? So this is a super good graphics card. But kind of goes to show how the last like 6 months worth of PC hardware being launched has really changed the landscape, because this computer would definitely offer like in my area, I would imagine this specific configuration going for at minimal $650, just like even 6 months ago, but it went for $400. So, am I going to be able to turn a profit in this? There's a few things missing, as you see. It's missing some stuff, so come on over here, we'll fix that. So I've got the Rhino. I've had pretty decent success, especially when I'm just reselling a computer, using these really cheap SSDs. And at $23.99, heck, add it to the cart. And then if we go over to here, this is what I came up with for a CPU cooler that will push some overclocks on this thing, but definitely handle, it's going to increase the look. It's going to, give me a feature I can sell the computer with, an aftermarket heatsink that can support overclocking. And it's got, 4 heat pipes and 120 mil. This is going to be a super good deal. So let's put this together, proceed to my checkout, and we're spending an extra $53 plus tax to hopefully get another couple $100 out of this computer. All right, so I ordered some parts there, increasing the, how much I'm spending on this PC now up to $500. So, that's about what, $410, $415 USD that I'm into this right now. And we're gonna have an i7 8-threaded CPU. We're gonna try and do some BCLK overclocking on it with that GAMX. We added an SSD for very cheap. I have a 1 terabyte drive lying around, but you can typically find these used for like $30 or something like that. I don't know, we'll include it in the, the price, I guess, but we got this really nice 8 gig Sapphire Nitro. We've got this matching color scheme, the blue of the Deep Cool GAMX, and I think we can turn around and sell this for over $600. So this is gonna be a little bit of a longer video. Let's make it happen, Timmy Joe, Stuff and Things. Come on, Amazon, deliver that package! we go. So hey guys, we're back. I've completed the project here. This is, I called Old Blue.
You're my boy, Blue!
Anyways, so yeah, I did gussy up the computer. I painted the power supply. I had some stuff lying around to make it look all cool in there with the lights and the what have you. We had this paint lying around from when my kid was Monsters Inc. for Halloween like 2 years ago or something, maybe even longer than that. So I basically matched up everything really nice. So we got like LEDs everywhere. We got the Gamex cooler that was like really cheap on Amazon there for like $28, and it was silly to do that because the 4790 that I put in here on the B85 chipset, I learned you can't do any overclocking whatsoever. I thought we'd at least be able to do some BCLK, maybe get this Core i7, and I was going to use that as a selling point to sell the PC faster. But regardless, I believe I have it sold already because, you know, work like this and good pictures. Like here, I'll show you what my ad looks like. Okay, nothing's, you know, bad, you know, everything looks good, really beautiful pictures of the lights on and off. You know, it puts confidence in people when they see pictures like that of the computer because they know you're not monkeying around, you're not selling it with all kinds of dust in it. There's a proper way to quickly sell computers, and this is how I flip computers on a profit really quick. When I see a $400 computer like this that I know is worth $600 with just a few bibs and bobs, you know, my wheels start turning, and we'll see. By the end of the video, I'm going to turn a profit and gain a bunch of extra hardware that I can then turn around. So follow me. Wolfenstein Youngblood, very new relevant title here that we're going to see just how it runs. We're on Mein Leben at 1080p without VSync, and we'll go ahead and load into the game. And oh my goodness, look at these Nazis, and my sister's there. And there's, that guy looks really scary. Oh my goodness. We'll notice, even with a bunch of firefighting going on here, we're around 90 frames a second. I don't know if I can beat this guy. This guy looks really hard. Oh my goodness. I'm just got to this point recently. I'm going to fire a machine gun at him. So yes, definitely 90 frames a second average in a firefight with a giant, what's that guy from, yeah, he's a Big Daddy looking guy. Oh, I almost killed him. Oh, I'm down. Oh, she got me up. Okay. So 90 frames a second in a brand new title with everything maxed out. We see that the RX 580 is still doing very, very well. Let's jump over to Apex Legends because that's something you can use to sell your computer. Say, it definitely does this FPS in a popular game. Fortnite, you know, Apex Legends. People are looking for computers because their consoles suck and they want the computer experience. So let's jump into Apex Legends and see how it performs there. Alright, we're up here in the Apex Legends. We see we've got a beautiful everything maxed out at 1080p, no vertical sync, and we'll run down here. We'll get us some shields here. We need some shields. Open up the door. Look at that. 80, 85, 90 FPS. This is an amazing computer for the deal I got. I cannot believe how good this is. It's really awesome. So, you know, we see here we're playing all the latest and greatest titles. I don't know, I only loaded one more up, but Apex Legends, this thing obviously rocks that. There's very little stutter or anything like that. It's really working well, especially with the SSD, you know, running Windows, and this is good. So even with 8 gigs of RAM, we're not doing too bad here at all. I don't feel any stuttering. This is even running through a capture device, and it's not doing too bad. Grab a peacemaker there. So I'll finish off my round of Apex Legends, and then we'll see one more game, Far Cry 5. Why not? We'll load up Far Cry 5 and see. It's a pretty demanding title. What kind of FPS we can get in that? All right, Far Cry 5 Ultra settings. Go out into the land here, and we can see 60 FPS. Dips a little bit below. I think the RAM might be our problem here. Let's kill the stinky guy. Oh, I killed him. Just cold-blooded murdered it. Yeah, let's move this body. Ah, it's his friends. Here, drop the body. You come back here, you jerkasses. Anyways, we see that the performance pretty damn decent in that game, I gotta say. And, you know, just to recap, 4790 non-K, B85 motherboard. Bought all this for, you know, with an RX 580 8 gig for real cheap. We did a little bit of purchasing to make the computer sellable, did a little bit of modding. I've got some parts left over, as well as we might be doing a little trade ski. So the cycle will continue on. But I'm gonna go ahead and contact the buyer. We're done the filming, so he can come and pick it up, and then we can discuss just what kind of money I made / components I kept so we can keep doing this thing. I'll see you in just a minute. Alrighty, so I sold it. I bought it on Friday, ordered the Amazon parts on Saturday, got them Monday, installed everything last night. Today's Tuesday and the computer's gone. And I was $500 into the computer in total, plus a few hours of my time, you know, doing the thing and stuff, making it look nice, spray painting the things. Who knows if that actually helps sell it or not, but I think it's just fun for me to do stuff like that. And I sold it for $550 already, plus everything you see on the table. Yes, a gentleman emailed me and he said, hey, I see your computer, you look like you know what you're doing. I have a CyberPower PC that won't turn on anymore. Will you take it in trade? And I looked it up on Newegg and oh my God, it's a pretty decent PC. So I said, sure, because it sounds like it's the power supply. And I have seen CyberPower PC power supplies go in the past. So what did I get in trade? Well, keep in mind, from the original deal, I kept a 4690K quad-core processor. We will be reviewing a quad-core in 2018 on the channel, so this is content for the channel. I kept 8 gigs of the DDR3 1600, so there's stuff already that I got in bonus. I made $50, and I got this CyberPower PC that has a Core i5 3570K in it. So as soon as it said I have this CyberPower PC and it didn't say it was an FX computer, I was all over that. And, you know, stock Intel heatsink, a B75 motherboard with a K processor. I don't get you a CyberPower PC. That's weird. 16 gigs of 1333 memory, but it's 16 gigs of DDR3. That's a bonus in my book. And then this power supply is probably junk because it's a solid gear, never heard of it, power supply. Probably replace power supply and this thing will fire right up. I've got a GTX 660 2 gigabyte, still sort of a valid video card, and a 1 terabyte hard drive in, like, I believe an Antec case with a DVD-ROM. So I could put this all back together, put an SSD in it. I have a power supply that'll work for this system already, and turn around and probably sell this computer for another $300. Plus I've got content for the channel, plus I've got, you know, I could put this 8 gigs in there and then keep this 16 gigs for a rainy day. So, I mean, this is the life of a grifter on Kijiji, on Craigslist. This is what the kind of stuff you can get away with, because there are people out there that just don't know what they have. You know, maybe they just put it out there because they want to make a quick buck or whatever. And you watch people's deals, like that 4790K, that quad core I put in the last computer. I saw that on there like 2 weeks ago, and I thought, you know, I think he wanted $60 for it originally, and then he put on there free for offer or whatever. And when I saw that 2 weeks later, I was like, that guy's going to take $40 for that piece, you know, CPU. So when I saw the other computer that would fit, was a good fit for it, heck, it all works out. I get something. I have a motherboard. I can review this on the channel, and I got to flip a PC and make a profit. So that's what I do. I make money selling computers on the internet when I can to make a little bit of extra money. Don't like to do this as much as I have to, but if you're a viewer of the channel and maybe you want to see more videos and, you know, less stuff like this in the background, patreon.com/TimmyJoe gives you access to the Discord where we can chat, which is fun. We're going to try and give more benefits to the Patreon guys, but that whole Patreon deal is to help me get out of my house and maybe back into an office. That will help me do more work, because oftentimes my kid is home and I can't film because he's just screaming about Mario in the other room. So I'm trying to make this, you know, and not have as many ads on the channel. So if you can do the Patreon thing, that would really help out. But in the interim, if you want to see more videos like this, because I do often, whenever I can, flip computers online, you know, let me know in the comments, or maybe let me know about the PC flipping stories that you have, because I'd like to hear from you guys and see what you guys are flipping out there, see what kind of profits you're making in different countries and stuff like that. All said and done, I mean, we were maybe $415 USD into this, and I ended up making $475 plus all that's on the table USD. It's a pretty damn good racket, but I am going to have to put more of my time and effort into making this PC work again, and then hopefully it sells on the internet or whatever and stuff. So at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter, this has been a PC flipping adventure, and I think I made out pretty good. It would have been way nicer to see like actual green money on the table rather than another computer, but sometimes that's just the way it works, and you know what? I know I can make money off of this computer, so we'll make it happen. So at Watch Timmy Joe Instagram and Twitter, if you want to see me do this more often, let me know in the comments. Let me hear your PC flipping stories, and I will see you guys in the next video. And coming up soon, 4690K in 2019, and all kinds of other stuff. I'll see you guys later.